Okay, good. All right, so blocking, right? So football is a game of what? Blocking and tackling, right? Pretty simple, right? But if it was only that easy, right? So blocking. So we start with the free blocking zone. And the rule of thumb is center to tackle equals 4 yards. So you have the ball is the center point, right? The football is the center point for this. The ball's set. You have your offensive line of scrimmage, your defensive line of scrimmage. You go 4 yards laterally from the ball in either direction, and 3 yards back behind the ball in either direction. That gives you your box. Okay. And why is this box important? What does it allow teams to do? To block in certain ways that would otherwise be illegal.
Yes.
So, potentially legal blocks in the free blocking zone. Offensive players, they can block below the waist, and they can block in the back. Right. Defensive players, they can block below the waist. Okay, so these are normally illegal blocks, but in this zone, if criteria are met, they are now legal. Flipping is never allowed. So we know that one's off right. So flip, that's no good. So where's the criteria? So block below the waist. So the block has to be in the zone. We all established what that is, right? That box. All players involved on the line of scrimmage and in the zone of the snap. So you have to know what the definition of a play on the line of scrimmage is, right? All right, so you gotta know that. Block initiated immediately at the snap. So does that mean you can take a step and do it? That mean you can stand up and do it? Who gets a little bit of leeway? The snapper, right? We give the snapper a little bit of leeway because they have to do what first? Snap the ball. Right. Defensive and offensive linemen may block below the waist. So the defense can do it too, right? Not just the defense can do it as well. Block in the back. Ball's in the zone. Block is in the zone. Offensive blocker on the line of scrimmage and in the zone. And the blocked opponent is in the zone at the snap. Okay, so can the defense block in the back? No, only the offense can, with that criteria being met. And when is a defensive player considered on the line of scrimmage? Within 1 yard of his line of scrimmage when? At the snap. So if you have a blitzing safety, all right, he's coming down. Depending on where he's at when the ball is snapped, he could be considered on the line of scrimmage. All right. So if the guard sees the safety coming and the ball is snapped and he immediately goes down and blocks him below the waist, that could be legal if he's within 1 yard at the snap, right? So don't go, well, use the safety. It can't be, no, it can still be legal. Because it depends on where he's at when the ball is snapped, not where he starts from. All right. Blocking by either team is permissible, unless it is kick catch interference, pass interference, personal foul, or an illegal block. And this is a fundamental, right? So this goes back to both teams can block. The defense blocks just as well as the offense does. Blocking technique. So we have open hands and closed hands, right? We don't ever see closed hands, right? We only see open nowadays. All right, so open hand. So the hands are in advance of the elbow, inside the frame of the opponent's body. So what is the frame? It's your chest, abdomen, and side, but not the back. But the side is, so if you get a block from the side, that's in the frame. Okay. So the back is in the back. Not if you have one hand on the back, but the force is from the side. So if I'm blocking Doug, and I've got one hand on his back and I'm pushing from the side and he goes that direction, then that is a block from the side. All right, it's not where the hand is, it's the force, right? Unless Doug turns his back to me after I've initiated my charge, right? So if Doug sees me coming and he's like, oh, I don't want any part of this, I'm going to turn. Well, if I've already committed to blocking him, I'm not being penalized for his action there. And it's at or below the shoulders unless the opponent squats, ducks, or submarines after, again, the block is initiated or the blocker commits to block. So when do we see this? All right, you pull the guard. All right, he's 5'4", 300 pounds. As a safety, 5'5", 100 pounds. What is that safety going to do? All right, he's going to turn, he's going to duck, he's going to squat, he's going to do all sorts of things, right? And so that guard is not responsible for him that what that little safety does, right? Once he commits to that block, then he can't be guilty of a foul. But who can be guilty of a foul in that situation? The defense, right? All right, the defense. So you have to see what? The entire block. Yeah. If you just see guys laying on the ground at the end, you can't call anything, right? You can't call anything. You got to see the initial. Legal blocking. Open hands in front of the elbow, inside the frame. Okay. For those of y'all that get skis at games, this is what it will look like. Okay. But you can see. Nice and simple, right? They only block that way. With auto lights will be very easy. But you see his hands are there. They're open frames. Okay. Restrictions. So offensive players, failure to use a permissible blocking technique. Right? Interlock blocking. So that's when you grasp or encircle a teammate. Use arms, hands, legs to hold an opponent. So you have to grab and restrict. Oops. Grab and restrict, right? When it's hot and your week 2 game, your 2A game, and it's week 2, and you're in the fourth quarter, what are the linemen going to do? They're going to hold on to each other to stand up, right? Because they're tired. So if I'm blocking Doug, and I kind of grab his jersey, and Doug's just standing there, and I'm just standing there, do we have anything? No. Now, if Doug tries to, he has a moment of burst of energy, tries to turn and run to get to the runner, and I'm still holding on to him, and now he can't get there, now we have something. All right, now we have something. So let it play out. All right, you may see the grab, but let it play out. The runner may not grasp a teammate. What is permissible? The runner may ward off or push any player. Right? So if I'm running and Skip's my lead blocker and Skip's slow and I push him out of the way, I'm good, right? All right. Okay. It is permissible to ward off a blocker during a kick. It is permissible for offensive players to push, pull, or ward off an opponent when the ball is loose if he may legally touch or possess the ball. Okay. So that comes into passing, right? When we get into pass interference, offensive linemen, if B has not touched the ball yet, are they able to legally possess a pass, a forward pass? No, they can't. So then they can't do some of this stuff. But if the defender jumps up in the air, bats the legal pass up into the air, what can that offensive lineman do? He can push a defender out of the way to prevent him from catching it or intercepting it. Yeah.
Okay. Ask a question.
Yeah.
Question of interpretation. I know you said that the runner can ward off the attack. So how you interpret it that you can move by his stiff arm? Put the hand on the help.
As long as he doesn't grasp, if it's an open hand, he can do that. He can do the Derrick Henry shoving. But if he grabs, now what do you have? If you grab his face mask, what do you have?
Right, yeah, you got some there.
Yeah, got a face mask. Yeah.
But you're good with the flat hand.
Flat hand is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Now he can't take it and slap the guy, right? No. But he can put a hand out there and push him off. Yeah. Defensive players. So we had a good question. It's like if he slaps him, what is it? It's a personal foul, right? No, personal foul. Defensive players. Restrictions. Failure to use a permissible blocking technique. Use hands to add momentum to a teammate's charge who's on the line of scrimmage. When do we see this? Kicks, right? Kicks, goal lines. The linebackers try to push the defensive lineman further back into the backfield. Can't do that. Use arms, hands, legs to hold an opponent. Okay, so holding applies to defense as well as offense. Contact an eligible receiver who's no longer a potential blocker. So once the receiver is even with me, can I contact him? No, because when he's even with me, he's not a threat to do what to me? Block me. Yeah, but if he's in front of me, he's a threat to block me. We don't have 5-yard rules, right? We don't have any of that stuff. So it's all about threat and positioning from that standpoint. So what is permissible by the defense? Use unlocked hands to ward off a blocker. I can push you off. Push, pull, ward off an opponent when attempting to reach a runner or a loose ball. Unless it's passive interference, personal foul, illegal use of hands. All right, so you have some freedom in there, right? You do some stuff. This also applies to a player stimulating possession. Because if we don't have that exception in there, and I fake a handoff to Skip, and then James is the linebacker blitzing through the hole, and he hits Skip below the waist, what has James actually done to Skip? He's blocked him, right? It's a block. All right, think about the definition of blocking. He's blocked him. So, but if I fake the handoff, is James initially responsible for doing that? Not initially. Now, if I fake the handoff and Skip's standing back there in pass protection, and James comes in and hits him below the waist, now that's a different story, right? But they allow some freedom there for the defense not to recognize the deception. Illegal blindside. So are all blindside blocks illegal? No. But a blindside block is a block against an opponent who does not see the blocker approaching, is outside the free blocking zone, and forceful contact not initiated with open hands. So for a blindside block to be legal, you have to do what? Open hands, right? Open hands. Okay. Excludes a runner, simulated runner. Okay. Who's responsible for making sure the contact is legal? Blocker, right? Does it matter if I should have seen it coming?
No.
Does not matter. All right. That responsibility is not on the player that doesn't know how to turn his head and know his surroundings. The responsibility is on the player who's going to commit the block. All right. Blocking below the waist. Initial contact with the waist, below the waist from the front or side. This includes, so if I have my hands down and you contact my hands below the waist, and then you proceed to go into my thigh, that's still a block below the waist, right? Even though my hands are technically not below the waist, but in this case, my hands are down. And so you hit my hands, they're below my waist, and then you continue on into my thigh. That's a block below the waist. Only applies to the opponent with one or both feet on the ground. It excludes the runner, and it excludes a player with live ball or simulating live ball possession. Okay. And it has to be immediate initial action at the snap. That's the key there.
Gary.
Yep.
Seeing that picture made me think about something. If you had a crew that had the old stripes and the knickers, would Charlie let us wear that per game?
I don't know. Why? Do you want to do that? I can ask him.
I still have a pair of knickers and an old shirt.
Rep your day?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
If a crew wants to do that, then let me know and I'll see if it's permissible or not.
Dude, that would be.
I wanna know who got knickers in their bag.
Well, I don't have it in my bag.
We'll send you the He'll love it.
That would be interesting.
All right, so here's the video for blocking below the waist. So again, the key is the waist, right? He's got both feet on the ground, and the blocker dives in him below the waist. All right, that's what that means. So at the snap, immediate action, both are on the line of scrimmage, both are in the blocking zone. So if you have an unbalanced line, so they shift, and that tight end there, he's outside the zone, right? Okay, can he do that?
No.
No, he cannot. You have to be aware of the formations, all right? But if they have an unbalanced line, and so now you've got snapper, guard, in, and he's in the zone, right? He's good. So you have to know where they're at. Block in the back. Initial contact is an opponent's back, so outside the frame, right? Inside the shoulders and below the helmet and above the waist. Excludes a runner or simulator runner. And this is where you have to see the entire block. Because it's very easy to get fooled on these, right? The players about to be blocked, they do what? They turn the backs. But they turn the backs. All right. All right, there you go. So, nice and
That's
easy,
classic.
right? That is. But that's in the back. The force is in the back, not from the side. It's in the back. And punt returns, kickoff returns, interceptions. You get change of possession. You get people flowing different directions, blocking the backs, and blindside blocks. There's really times you gotta look out for those. The position of the blocker's head or feet does not necessarily indicate the point of initial contact. So how many times have we heard, well, his head was in front? I don't care where his head was. It's where the force of the block was, right? And if the head's in front and the hands are in the back, it doesn't matter. Okay.
What's the head got to do with it?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. That's what. How many times do you hear somebody say, "Well, his head was in front"? That's nothing. It doesn't matter where the head is. It's where the force of the block is. So this is from the side. So that's good, right? That's okay. That's not in the back. So you got to see the entire thing. Shot block. So a combination block by two or more teammates, with or without delay, excluding a runner or pin runner. Shot blocks only occur in the free blocking zone. All right. If you're outside the free blocking zone, this is a block below the waist. Blocker 1 is high, blocker 2 is low. And what is the definition of low now? Below the waist. So one is above, one is below. If both are low and both meet the criteria for a block below the waist, then this is legal, right? If both are high, then you're good, right? Assuming they don't meet any other restrictions from that standpoint. Clipping is blocked against an opponent when the initial contact is behind, at, or below the waist. Again, we're excluding the runner or simulator runner, not allowed in the free blocking zone. All right, kick it out. All right, so who's ready to try this for the first time?
I'll do it.
All right, let me get logged in, put the link back in.
This happen.
Yep.
Yeah, sign up. See if the solar actually.
Right.
Got your game data ready. Where's it? But John,
Share. Share screen. We can sign up.
share that with too, online.
Yep. All right.
But you gotta have the link.
Hold on, press up.
You have to have the app.
So you can use your phone to join us. You got the app, you can do it. And the game pin.
If you don't have the app, you can just use the QR
Yeah,
code.
use the QR. There's lots of ways to do it.
Take you straight to it.
All right, everybody ready?
Down the home.
Coming in. There's online. You just scan the QR code. Got 11, 12. Coming in. People coming in.
Here we go. Oh, you're already in. Small. Football. That's it. How do you it's on the Zoom.
What's that?
It is on the Zoom.
Right.
Good. We're good.
Good?
Listen, names.
There you go.
Alrighty, still coming. Alright, I'll start it. Quiz. When does the ball become live? Select all that apply.
Okay, all the plus, right. I got none of questions.
Alright, so we got. Alright, so when does the ball become live? Yeah.
That's why you lost.
You got, so what ball becomes live when there's a legal snap or in this case, an onside free kick, right? A legal free kick. That's when the balls become live.
Give that.
Alright, true or false? A1 muffs a loose ball. Ruling, foul for illegal batting. You don't answer out loud, you gotta wait. Alright, good. Everybody got that one correct. Alright, that is false, right? So a muff is not illegal batting. Okay? Alright. To illegally bat, you have, that has to be what? Intentional. Intentional. Yep. Alright. A1 fakes the handoff to A2. Immediately thereafter, B7 contacts A2 at the knees. Which of the following is correct? Alright, so it's not a tackle, right? Because he's not the runner. But it's a legal block below the waist based on what we discussed.
You literally just said that.
Yeah. The open hands blocking technique requires select all that apply.
It's time. We got me a little.
Yeah, y'all need more time, fellow readers.
If you're gonna have a paragraph, you're gonna have a paragraph for him.
So, the open hand technique, it requires the blocker's hands facing the opponent's frame in advance of the elbow, inside the blocker's frame, and inside the opponent's frame unless he ducks, squats, or submarines.
What's the brand?
Inside opponent's thing.
Yeah, I never bought the song.
It's inside the opponent's frame regardless of the opponent's body position. Yeah.
False.
Yeah, false, yeah. I'll add more time next time for these to go. Offensive players may use arms or hands to Yep.
I need more time to read.
Alright, so offensive players may use their arms or hands to as a runner to push or ward off any player, and during a kick to ward off an opponent to prevent a block. Alright. Okay. But the runner may any player. So offense or defense, not just the defense. So that's why A is wrong. Alright. Alright.
Charlie.
That's the point of these, right? That's the point, right? That's the point. Okay? And then you can't push, pull, or ward off an opponent when the ball is loose at all times, right? There are restrictions, right? So that's why that one is false as well. Point. I'll get y'all thinking a little bit. One more for this section.
What was that? What the red, A again on that?
Defensive players, push and pull defense.
So it says a runner may push or ward off defensive players, but they can do any player, not just defense.
Still true stuff.
Sort of.
True statement now.
Sort of.
Maybe you should have said select. Best applies.
All right, blocking. Oh, see, this one already said itself.
Game's false. Yeah, our game is false.
Game like.
You got them all.
It's false.
Yes, that's false. Yeah, I see. I went backwards and it locked it up. Yeah. So the last one is blocking restrictions do not apply to defensive players if they are attempting to reach the runner or a loose ball. But they still have restrictions, right? Still have restrictions. All right. We'll have another one of these coming up. We'll get better at it. I'll give y'all more time.
Yeah. Shorter answers.
I don't know. They're supposed to be detailed for a reason.
Hit check.
You're right.
Check the podium on. Check the podium.
Like 40. Okay. All right.
Good job,
Who's hand? There we go. Who's brain buster? And
Oh God, just use your name. Oh,
hey.
just use your name. God, yeah. No, where's the student? What?
Yeah, we should.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
You would be. The prodigy. I mean, just my students just.
Let me get everybody back. Get everybody back in here. Share the screen back.
Here.
Go.
No question, I'm just like some of the quiz, but you know, like you don't do quiz, but all like quiz. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the process of kind of updating all that stuff, making some changes. So yeah, good at that. Let me get elected at least. All right, so holding, right? So we'll see this a couple times. So again, grab and restrict, and it has to make a difference, right? He grabs him, hands are outside the frame, he restricts him. That makes a difference, right? Because the kid never actually chases down the runner. He tries to, but he never actually gets there at the very end. So that's a good call, right? Point of attack, grab, restrict, and then throws his flag. Probably could have done a better job of hustling behind the play, right? Don't just walk. You gotta keep going with him, right? So yeah. So you see the hold. Once the players have cleared off, now you know he's moved. Yes.
He moved on.
And he moved to his flag. So this foul occurred where? Behind line of scrimmage. The end of the run was where? Beyond the line of scrimmage. It's going to be enforced from the previous spot. And if they're inside the 20, we're going to go do what? And umpires, what signal are you going to give to the wing official?
The
Chop. Yeah, the chop.
That's the name.
Yes. And we'll see what that hold is out here.
51.
Right there, right?
Yeah.
Hey, bear hugs him and pushes him by, right? Yeah, we can't allow that. Yeah. It's not the worst thing you'll see, but I mean it's pretty egregious, right? If it was the guard or the snapper, you might be able to get away with a warning on that one, right? But when it's the tackle out there like that, you can't. You gotta get that one. That's a little. He kind of. Yeah, he bear hugs him and escorts him. Yeah.
Pretty sure that.
Hanson. Yeah.
Oh,
Right there.
All right, there's the point of attack, right?
Take down.
So what happened here in this play? The defensive lineman beat the offensive lineman to a spot, right? And so what did the offensive lineman do? Grabs him and then he falls on top of him. But you have to know who got to that spot first. Right? Who got there first?
Down the bottom.
Yeah, the guy on the bottom. Yep. That's the giveaway. Yeah, he's right there. He got beat at the snap. And so what does he do? He grabs him, restricts him, tackles him. These are the annoying ones, right?
But.
Is it near the play? Not really. But is it so egregious
Yeah.
that if you don't call it, it's gonna do what? It's gonna snowball on you, right? It's gonna snowball. I mean, he grabs him and just pulls him down like 10 yards. So if you don't call that, then it's just, what do they think they're gonna do? Somebody's gonna retaliate, right? And they're gonna keep building up. So yes, it's away from the play. It has no effect on that player getting to the ball, but it's so egregious out there in the open. That's what it is.
Since he took him
It was
down.
on the kicking team.
Yeah, it was on hard. On hard, yeah.
He's on the receiving team? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the receiving.
Since he took him down to the ground, would you call that a personal foul?
No, that's called-
Just holding the ball.
I mean, it's a 10-yard hole, you know.
Where you gonna enforce that?
That's good. So the question was, where are we gonna enforce that from? So, all right, so,
Loose ball is
punt, yeah. So it was during the kick, right?
Yeah.
Ball still rolling, back judge is still chasing. So is that, where was that? So the basic spot is the end of the kick / dead ball spot in this case, right?
Right.
And this was in front of that, so you're gonna force this from the
End of the kick.
end of the kick, right? And then if they were inside the 10, then we would go half the distance. If they're outside the 10, we'll get the
The
4.
foul's about the.
So I say that because when you
It's by
point
law.
it to the
Okay,
referee,
all right,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where, okay.
I say that because we need to get in the habit, when you have a play like that, you need to come in and tell the referee when that happened.
Yeah,
Just don't say hold and return team, you gotta say during the kick, hold and return team number 20, whatever, so we know where that force is from.
yeah.
You
So
know, also it's past.
that's a good point. That's a good point by
We know where
James.
the ball is at.
Like, we have to know, referees have to know the status of the ball, right? And they have to know what the foul is. And if you get the habit of saying that every single time, then when it gets complicated,
Right.
you're used to saying it every time. And so if we go through the same procedure every single time, then when you have, multiple fouls by both teams with a change of possession, you can work your way through it without trying to figure it out. Edge. Yeah, so first of all, our mechanics, referee, you're welcome. So wing official, we're inside the 5. Ball snapped inside the 5. What are we gonna do? Go to the goal line, right? And you're gonna get on top. Are you gonna straddle the pylon?
No.
You're gonna back off of it, right? Back off of it. Okay, so that's number 1, right? And then you got a lot to figure out there, right? You got a pass thrown in your direction, and you've got blocking on your sideline, and you got the goal line. There's a lot going on there, right? Okay. And so first of all, is this pass interference?
No.
Why not? Yeah, the ball is behind, right? So you gotta know that as well, don't you? You gotta know that as well, right?
That's why he's at 5.
Referee, should your eyeballs be this way?
No.
Because you got the passer here, right? You got these two guys, right? So what's the worst thing as a referee is when you see your quarterback laying on the ground and you don't know how you got there. Okay.
That's a bad feeling.
Bad feeling, right?
Bad.
This block, when it's initially done, it's probably okay, right? He comes across. I think that's okay right there, right? He's pushing him. Now the question becomes, he holds on to him here at the 6, but he's at the 2 or the 1. Is this player going to get back in position?
No.
And you got too many other things to worry about, right?
Yeah.
So you're probably not gonna call this. All right. And I don't think our back judges need to be tossing a flag 25 yards the spot to get to the same. Okay. It's not egregious enough to get that.
About 25 yards.
Right. But there's a lot going on for that wing official there. A lot going on there. And then referees, we don't have a two, I don't even know what that is, okay, I don't even know that.
That's the reverse of girls lacrosse.
That Wayne's
Touchdown,
bad
touchdown.
position though.
He did, with the wing, he was in trouble at the snap because he didn't do the right thing, right?
He goes to that goal line, then he can glance over his shoulder.
He goes to the goal line, he's stationary, everything's in front of him, he's not chasing the play.
Right.
In this case, he's chasing the entire time. All right, here's another play. So we see a flag over here, right? So we got a long run. We got a flag down. Back judge gets there. Good job. Celebration. Now we're going to see this from the end zone. There's discussion. Somebody's going to be upset.
Of course.
All right, here's the end zone view. And again, this goes into seeing the entire play and understanding, does it affect the play? So he calls a hold way out there by the numbers. Did that have any effect on this play? It's a run up the middle. So he's going to get the ball to number 4. So ask yourself, does this player out here, does he have any chance on this play?
You call it that on 54, like
On number 12. 12. So yes, okay. Was his hands outside the frame? Sure. But did that have an effect on this play?
No.
No. Was it so egregious that it had to be called? No. So that's where you see the whole play, let it develop in front of you, and then make your decision. If you just see that and you throw your flag, okay, I can see why, but it didn't affect the play. So let the play breathe before you throw. Don't be in a hurry to throw the flag. You get the flag at any point, but let it breathe. Yes, Chris.
As a referee.
No.
What would you do in this situation?
If I'm looking out there,
No, I'm saying, it's already been, the flag's been thrown.
you gotta call it.
You gotta go, okay.
You gotta call it. I mean, I
You
can't.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Defensive back maybe really fast.
yeah.
Is that North Augusta?
It is.
Oh, then of course, he's in that wing guy's ear the
Yeah.
whole night. So he's telling him, he's gotta call that holding, so you know that's what happened there.
So here's a good example of why you have to see the entire frame picture and where the hands are. Watch the referee. This is going to be the referee's view on this play. It's going to be the left tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you see it from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's watch the actual what the referee saw in this play. He's looking right at it. Watch the hands of the tackle. And so who causes that?
The defense.
The defender did, right? By doing what? By doing the arm swing and trying to duck under him.
He got a bad rib.
He choked himself.
Yeah.
His hands were fine. But if you just see the end of that,
You think he choked?
you think he got him above the net.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to see the entire play.
Yeah, his rib put him up.
Run that one again.
He blocked what was presented to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's called blocking what's presented to you.
Yep. Okay, he blocked based on where it was initiated.
That's there.
So he's good. He's moving his feet, keep his hands in front. His hands are good. The defender makes a move and loses.
Yeah.
Loses.
question.
One more time. And so hands are good. Hands are, and then when the defender makes that move, that's what caught that.
Inside.
Yes, Donald.
On a previous play, the run took off, the back took off on our previous play. And let's take the line judge through that flag. Can the line judge have a conversation with the crew chief, the referee, say,
The referee has no business seeing that.
Well, I mean.
He's gonna come say.
Saying, you know what?
He's gonna come say. All right,
It didn't impact the play.
Skip.
So
What do you think about that?
that, what I think about it.
Stand, throwing your flag and then picking it up when you realize it had no effect on the play.
With that coach on that side?
Yeah, you can't, yes, all right, you can't do
Can't do
that. But you better be prepared. You better be prepared, all right? Yeah, the learning experience says, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, let the play breathe. Let it breathe, all right?
There was something behind that question.
All right. So first of all right, so real quick, are they in scrimmage kick formation?
Oh,
They're not, but they can still legally kick it, right?
yes.
Okay, but because they're not in scrimmage kick formation, who's not protected?
Snapper.
And what can they not do with their numbering?
Numbering.
Not the exception, right? So,
Someone joking though.
see that right there? Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Now,
Change.
the back judge still need help on these, right? Who's got, the back judge has what going on? He's got ball, receiver, goal line, so he needs help. So who's coming down there to help? Line judge. Who's also should be able to turn and see this? It's in the middle of the field.
Maybe the umpire.
Yeah, no, there's no maybe. It's in the middle of the field. Everybody's already run by.
Oh.
But he's not going very fast. No. So again, yes, did it have an effect on the plate? No. But was it so egregious that it needs to be called? Yes. Because if you don't call it,
Where's the block?
it's like
Way down the way ball.
it's down, it's gonna be down in this area right in here.
Right
there.
Oh.
It's almost a dead ball, right? I mean, it was almost, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still pressing.
All right.
Oh, baby nice.
Maybe not some river bluff. All right. Pay attention to these plays and which team is doing what. Outside by the back judge, got the goal line. Wing official did a nice job. Now let's watch the end zone view of this. All right, so we got big guy in front of little guy. Now, does this number one, does he actually block or does he just fall to the ground? And so it's not clear, right?
Nope.
If it's not clear, should we be calling it? No.
But it looked crazy.
It looks weird. And that's perfect setup, right? Big guy in front, little guy, see the big guy coming. But if he actually does not, number one, watch number one.
Yeah, watch.
Watch him.
Boom.
He falls before the guy gets there.
Yep.
So he did not block him, right?
Nope.
No. He gave up, he fell, but he did not commit an illegal block. Because to block, you have to do what? Obstruct with contact. Did he obstruct that player? No. Yeah, he fell on the ground. He became an obstacle, and the big kids couldn't jump over him. But he did not block that player. So that's not a foul. All right. But again, if you just kind of see the end of that, you might think, oh, you got to see the whole thing. Okay.
So the guy's coming at a guy, and the guy just curls down into a turtle position, and he trips over him. That's
Yeah.
because it wasn't a block.
There wasn't a block, yeah. But hold on, we got some more examples here. Okay, so we're gonna see the end zone view. All right, so left tackle kind of area.
Oh, well, he tried to get up and he went on.
So did that defensive end, did he just fall to the ground or did he actually try to block the guy? He kind of rolled into him, didn't he? He didn't just fall to the ground. This guy right here.
Try to be the.
Yeah. And then he got, yeah.
That was really important, huh?
It wasn't good,
He missed.
but it's not like the other one, right? They look different. One guy just fell to protect himself. This guy actually tried to take him out. Kind of rolled into his leg a little bit. Yeah. So that's a foul on who? Defense. Now, the offensive lineman goes and gets him again while he's laying on the ground. That's a foul on the offense, right? Can't let him get the extra shot. Okay. So these would be what? Offsetting fouls. This is hard, right? Because who needs to who's going to take this left tackle at the snap? The referee. The umpire is going inside out. The referee is outside in.
Yep.
And this guy's he reads run.
Yeah. He missed it though.
He gets him on the other. He rolls into his leg. Yeah, he rolls.
But in this case, there was no flag.
Yeah.
No flag was at all.
No. He kind of rolls.
He ain't like he touched it.
Yeah.
He rolls in his leg. Yeah. It's not egregious, but it's there.
Question, right here, when that,
What?
put this little thing back over the weekend. When this guy was coming, right here, and the referee looking across, he had
Right.
quarterback in that end coming across. So it's actually in his chest to see that guy what he's actually doing with the quarterback
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, because you can't take the run.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
All right. There's another one. All from the same game.
Put your name in. What's your name in? Right. What's going on? You gonna need all these cards.
6 or 7.
All right, left tackle. Let's see. That's a fall and a roll and everything else, right? No, is that immediate? No. No, it's not. It's not. Right, so I said it was late. That's exactly what it was. It's late. Late, yeah. Same game.
I ain't calling that.
No, watch this one out here. Watch this one out here. What is that? What is the left tackle is what he is. But the right, on the right side, you get what?
Defensive.
You get defense, right? You get defense. Yeah.
Ain't nobody.
No.
And no one got that.
No. That one is super obvious, right?
Oh, yeah.
We can kind of debate the other one, but that one is super obvious. Super obvious.
Was that the referee's call for that?
Yes.
Wait a minute, was that
The referee's gotta see
The
that.
referee's got to see it
It's in the quarterback.
because the referee can't be doing what? He can't be watching the ball.
No.
Can't watch the ball. You got the wings take the ball, right?
Yes, sir.
But the wings take the ball. You take the blocking. You take the blocking. Yeah.
So is that one big enough to get his first?
Was that one supposed to? Block both ways.
All right.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, what?
Saw that one down at the bottom.
I think so, that was the single.
So guys are just kind of falling. Yeah, it's a good word. They're just kind of falling, right? Do we see anything egregious? Do we see any safety issues? No, we see a little wrestling there, but they're just kind of all just
Right, or rolling, you're trying to get that.
yeah, they're just kind of rolling, but they're not.
That's the snap.
They're not really doing
I
much.
didn't make him
Alright,
they got
so-
contact.
Yeah, you can't. There's really nothing there on that one. But you can see how all those kind of like, they're all kind of there, but they're not there, and that's why you have to see the entire play. You know, get the really egregious ones, and then keep a really close eye on the others. And there may be times that you may say, "Hey, that was really close. Don't do that again." And they know. These kids know, right? Because to have that many types of blocks in one game means what? Somebody taught that, right? Because if they don't teach it, you may have one, but that many in one game, they're teaching them to do that. So when you tell them that's really close, don't do that again, they know what that means. They know what that means.
I mean, they're trying to skirt the rules. They know and understand what they cannot do.
All right, so we got a kickoff, right? Right there, yep. Mm-hmm. And he talks to him about running back upfield. But that's right there in the open, right? Point of attack. So if I'm the referee and the ball's running away from me, then I need to be doing what?
Backside.
Blocks, right? If I'm the line judge and the ball's moving away from me, I need to do what? Blocks. If I'm the back judge and linesman and I'm coming downfield, and the ball's not to me yet, what do I need to be doing? Blocks. Watching the blocks. Yeah, I got some blindside blocks. So, and not every. All right, so let's see another angle on that, right? Did he use open hands? No, but that is a legal blindside. Who's gonna get this?
You say illegal?
Illegal.
Hit
Illegal.
him with the shoulder.
That short one.
Yeah, it's illegal. Who's gonna get this?
Short one.
Wayne should get it, right?
Short.
And if not him, who else?
Referee should get
Back,
it.
or the back judge. Yeah.
Wait, that's illegal? or
Illegal,
Okay,
illegal,
okay,
illegal.
all right.
All right, here's another one.
One back.
So is that legal? Open hands, right? Yeah. It's from the blind side, but it's open hands, right? So that is legal.
Doesn't seem to be excessive.
That is legal. Open hands. Yeah. So you see the difference, right? So you guys see the hands. So it's nice when they wear nice shiny white gloves, right?
Yes.
You can see it. All right. It's not the force of the block, right? It can be really forceful from the side with open hands, right? Strong guy blocks skinny dude. It can be pretty forceful. All right.
That's a key point right there with that block.
All right. Watch this guy. Yeah. When you see a guy running like that, he's going for a reason, right? He's going for a reason. And so you have to like just watch him. You know, you just watch him. Like, where's he going? He's not doing something right. Man, you ain't got somebody. So there are times when you see somebody doing that, you just have to do what? You just follow it. Just follow it. You know, if you don't have ball responsibility, you just follow it. All right, you just follow him across the field. He will lead you to, and there comes the flag right there. Hey, you see him coming across. I mean,
Right down the shoot.
Yeah, freaking his name.
Right down the shoot. That's a good call.
Oh, don't pay attention to the titles, please. Some are right, some are not. So what do you think about the block out here? Not a whole lot. So they're engaged, they disengage. So you have to see what, right? It's hard to tell here because the drone's a little dragging a little bit, but if it's on the side, we're good. If it's in the back, we're not, right? And so you have to see that, right? And you have to see that. So they initially block, they disengage, he goes back. That's when he goes back, it's when you've gotta see that. And then what are we thinking about the sideline?
In the way.
Oh, you mean like Lakeview?
Yeah. So it's the borderline, right?
Yeah.
That's the borderline. Okay. He initially gets grabbed in bounds. So then you have to rule what? If that second guy, did he come and unnecessarily hit him? Right? And so as that wing official, he's got a lot going on in that play, right? You've got the blocks in the field of play. You've got the out of bounds spot, and then you've got that other stuff out of bounds too, right? That's a lot going on in the process there. All right, we got a block kick. So who's eligible to get this loose ball? Anybody. And they can do what? Push ball forward, right? As long as it's not a personal foul, kick catch interference, or pass interference, right? So can they push him in the back to get that ball? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. So is there a foul on this play? No, there's not. Oh, see another one here. Let's see this. Got a couple of things on this play. Remember, we're using high school rules. Got a flag here. Always helps when the little TV tells us it's a flag. So we got circles of the wrong people, but that's okay. All right, comes across. What's he do?
Oh, yeah.
He grabbed him, right? Is it, did he pull his jersey off? No. But he grabbed and he prevented what? That him from making the tackle. Yeah. But that is a foul.
First play of the game.
That is a foul. That is a foul. Yeah. Second play of the game because it was third down.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I saw the time. I was like, we
Yeah.
only played 12 seconds, but that's pretty close. It's pretty
Forward pass. They could complete one, I guess. And then what else is on this play? Look at the other line action going on. Referees. He knows he's standing still when he does it. He's not walking around. Hands are in the box in front of the body. The signals are crisp. We can do better. All right, so watch. So we see the hold. What else do we see on this play?
You're talking about block.
Yeah, number 50 right there.
Yeah.
That was not immediate, right?
No.
No. So in high school, you got what? We got 2 fouls on this play, right? We got a block below the waist, and we have a holding foul. So we got to do both options. In this case, they're inside the 20, I guess. So you're going to go half the distance. All right. But if we were at the 25, then no. You take the half the distance. So, but don't get in the habit of just ignore. Oh, well, one's 15, one's 10. I'm just going to ignore the 10. Go through the process. Do both. Figure it out. That way you don't mess it up if it ever does matter. Another one. So, who needs to see this? Who's got the runner? The wing guy, right? Wing guy, right? And this is probably 10 yards downfield or so in front of the runner. So who needs to have their eyes in front of the runner? The back judge. The umpire's got what? The players kind of come behind even. Got those blocks. The back judge has got to be in front. Referees chasing. Okay, and then the opposite wing's got everybody in front, big view, but you're not gonna throw your flag opposite wing on this one. So that's where it's important to have your eye discipline, right? You can't be watching the ball. If you don't have the runner, don't watch the ball. Because again, what do we got? We got a big guy in front of a little guy. The little guy goes, "Oh, I need to protect myself, so I'm gonna block that guy below the waist." And why is this important? It's a safety, right? That lineman is at really bad risk of knee injuries when they do that stuff.
I would say that the wing, you don't want to get in the habit of just staring down that run. What's the most he can do is drop the ball. I mean, but you still can have your eyes in front of that runner. If you look, there's nobody around. So this is my opinion. Right there, his eyes can be right there.
Yeah.
Even so, we can still have 2 eyes on that.
Right.
The umpire's right there. So really, the umpire's already turned. Yeah. So I mean, we can have this possibility. We got 3 eyes on this play, in my opinion.
You know, he's got the wing guy's got these kind of guys. This isn't anything there with that. Yeah, but that could have drawn his eyes.
Yeah, he could have been there.
Yeah,
But you're right. Back to the umpire.
back judge. There's nobody.
Right.
Nobody. Right.
Back to the
So
depth.
the back judge is, if he's in front, he's definitely going to see that.
Yeah, you're right. Back to the depth.
Yeah.
Umpire was probably blocked out.
All right. So this is where we're talking about the snapper, right? We give the snapper. We say immediate, right? We give the snapper immediate plus maybe a split second, because he's got to snap the ball and then get there, right? And these kids they're not, unless they're a 4 or 5-star recruit, they're not that coordinated. All right. So don't bust a snapper if it's borderline. Okay. All right. Now, he can't do what? After he blocks him below the waist,
Can't hold it.
he can't do what? Watch what he did. Did y'all see what he did to his leg? He can't do that. Okay. All right. So you can't like wrap the guy's leg and prevent it and tackle it. So he's good with the initial, but you gotta let it, but you gotta watch the whole thing, right? So it's not a block below the waist, but it's like, oopsie. Yeah, he wraps in with the arm, right? Yeah. Arm, yeah. Now how you gonna finish the block? All right. Is that a block below the waist?
No.
Is that a foul in high school?
Yeah. Well.
What would foul be?
He didn't lead with.
It doesn't hurt him. It doesn't hurt him.
Just gets blocked as he's trying to.
You do not have leaping.
Yeah.
This is not a foul.
No.
This is not a foul.
You could have thought he was gonna feed him those.
He jumps.
Oh, he just gets some jump.
He jumps. He's dumb, but he's that's not a foul. Not a foul. All right.
Beautiful.
And so referees, we got a lot on these, right? You cannot get so narrow-sighted on the kicker that you completely lose the blocks up here. You got to keep an eye on these blocks up here. Okay.
I say that in my pregame every time.
Yeah.
On this play, watch the snap, watch those effects. That very thing.
Yes.
And then the kicker.
Now, if you're at Spring Valley, God bless you. You don't have a choice. It ain't gonna. It's not gonna be pretty either way. If you're in your 1A or 2A game of the week, just pray the kid can snap. Okay. All right.
The referee's positioning is more to the side than.
Well, this is college, so yeah, this is not the right positioning for us. Yeah. No. So of course about the positioning. Yeah. No, you're gonna be more to the side, more even-ish. Then you're not gonna be that far back. But you have to be positioning yourself so you can see these guys. You cannot be turned so much that if it's a good snap, that you lose track of those blockers back there.
Too bad. It ain't perfect.
Right, a flag. We get.
See, you got him.
Let's see what we got. What do we get here? That's a clip, right? That's a clip. Yeah.
Too
So
much.
again, that's a safety thing, right? No leniency on it. And why? Because I mean, that guy's ankle, knee, extremely vulnerable to injury there. Yeah. Extremely vulnerable. to injury.
It's always been. It's been.
All right, here's another one. We got flags all over the field, right? Something must have happened. Let's see what we get here. All right, so what do we get? We get a running back stepping up pass protection, right? And he sees a big guy coming at him.
Yeah.
What does he want to do?
Now.
He wants to get low, right?
Get down.
So this happens right at the center, right? In the center of the line. Umpire. But the referee, when you see the back step up, you need to be aware of that and see where he's at, because he can do that. And if he goes and you block somebody who's below the waist, who's being engaged by another player, drop block. So yeah, so just you have to be aware of it. You have to maintain that awareness when the guy steps up.
The offensive lineman had his hand on that defensive guy coming through, like that was on his shoulder. Would you consider that being engaged or not?
I'm trying to call that a block below the waist. Yeah,
I mean, it's.
Well, it's first thing gonna be shot block is the ball's already up.
outside the free blocking zone.
I mean, on those shotgun snaps, soon as that.
That's true. Then more time.
So let's see this one again. So what do we get? We get a snap. What happens right here in the middle?
Trying to chop block.
So they get confused on the blocking assignments, right? The snapper is going to try to block below the waist. Problem is the guard has got him hot. All right. So what do we got? Umpire. He sees it. Great job. All right. And he's going to throw his flag and he's going to backpedal for some reason. But he's not doing what?
Appreciating the play.
Everything. Still got to look over here, right?
Somebody came across the street.
So
No.
you see it, throw the flag.
Somebody came across the street. Somebody came across the street.
Nobody put the flag out.
He still ain't officiating the play.
He's not.
Okay, but somebody came across the street. He don't get hit.
Get that on Boston. He doesn't.
All right.
Yeah, what a great thing.
Man, come on, man.
Jumping out of the way. You take it.
All right. Oh, what was that? So that was at the snap, right? See this again.
Yes, sir.
So wing officials at the snap, you do what? Right, read the tackle, right? Pause and read, right? You should be able to get this one. Okay. The referee should probably get it because it's the left side, left tackle. All right, so because I'm looking across. I wouldn't expect my umpire to see that because it's so quick. But between the referee and the that wing should probably one of the two should get that. One of the two should get that. All right.
You know.
All right. So what do we got here?
You just gotta move. You just
We got-
gotta move.
You got it.
Just gotta move it.
And then you get what afterwards, right? Yeah, you get that, right? When you see that, so who should see this? The referee, right? Because this guy's gone. So you gotta trail this stuff, right? And we gotta get this, right? We gotta get this because it can snowball. So I I don't really know if so much that's a hold on him. Now, there's a hold when you see the other view here. There's another player that hold, but that we're gonna have to get right.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, questionable here, but look just on the next level. All right, what is this?
That's something that you.
Yeah, I mean,
That's obvious.
yeah, yeah, that one's gotta get, right? So you've got a hold here for sure, and we have with that live or dead ball, live ball, right? So you've got a multiple foul. Multiple foul
Offense.
on the offense. Yeah. And then what was the result of this play? So what are we gonna do with the game clock?
Snap.
Snap. Yeah, snap.
So we gotta say that, but it's also a touchdown.
Yeah. So I have to know, right? I've got to know what the result is.
Yeah.
Especially on passing plays, right? I have to know if it's completed or not. If I know a 30-yard pass, diving catch is complete, then I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Okay. All right. If you come and tell me, oh, he caught that, I go, yeah, I know. I said, no, you're wrong. Okay. You don't know that. Right. I should know that. Right.
But Gary, if you umpire throw that flag, and he still what's going on. He better look at that score.
No, the umpire wouldn't know, but the wing guy should know. The back judge should know. Somebody needs to come tell me it was a score. Right. Yeah, somebody can come tell me.
No.
Not the official that threw the flag necessarily, but whoever had the dead ball spot needs to come tell me what they've got. Yeah. Don't assume that I know. I may think he scored and he stepped out of bounds to the 1 yard line. I don't know. You know. All right. So we talked about holding on the offense, but we can also have holding on the defense, right? So we got a flag. All right. So yeah, I mean,
That's fun.
Oh, okay.
so what is this?
That's really all.
All right. So we have defensive holding, right? Is this a loose ball play or a running play? Running play. The run ends where? The foul occurred where? So where are we going to enforce this from? Previous spot. And it's 3rd and goal, so we're going to go out the distance, right? And replay 3rd down. All right, we got to change the possession, right? What happens during changes of possession? That's what happens, right? That's what happens. And so we got to change our views, right? The back judge, once that runner takes off from you, you have to do what? Reverse, take the blocking, right?
Uh-oh. Eco.
Yeah. Okay. The umpire, the referee, the back. Somebody's got to see this. All right. Somebody's got to see this. All right. Blindside. Here's another. So is this legal or illegal? So the question is, what did he do with his open hands, right? He initiates with open hands.
Ready?
There's no foul. The hands are in front.
But block from the back though.
No, it's not.
Nah.
That's from the side. And so this is where the angles come into play, right?
Yeah.
The back judge may have a different view than the wing guy. We're gonna come back to that at the end here in a second. But the wing guy may go, oh, that's a block in the back. Back judge, no, he got it from the side. And you have to have that conversation, right? And the wing guy has to be receptive to hearing that. And the back judge has to be capable of saying that. And then explain it to the coach. Now, he makes a good block, but then he does what? Yeah, you got him good. We're good there. And then he goes and gets him in the head with form.
Hmm.
So we're good on the block,
But you won't finish,
but we're not good with
finishing.
that.
No.
We're not good with that. So what is this foul?
Hold on.
Personal foul.
Dead ball.
That's probably live ball.
A
That's
little
live
bit, but he already stepped out of bounds. before
But
the
there's
pitch.
not, so that's gonna be really hard
I
to
know.
say that's a dead ball.
Oh,
Alright,
I don't deny that, but
But-
really replay you can see.
if you can hear if the whistle was not gonna be blown that fast,
Yeah.
we don't have replay. So, yeah, that's
well, you
gonna be,
want-
that's gonna be a
yeah.
live ball foul.
One more time, in a real life situation. That happens. They have, let's say he scores, let's say he gets 30 outside the score. We have a conversation. We'll pull that flag.
Well, what's the flag for? They didn't throw the flag for the second part, they threw the flag for the
Oh, the
block.
first part, right, first part, right.
So,
Then he gets
yeah,
the
you're
flag.
gonna pull the flag.
So we're gonna wave the flag and.
If the conversation is, was that a illegal blindside block?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna pull the flag.
Right, okay.
If the conversation was, that's a personal foul, then you're not gonna pull the flag.
Right.
Yeah. Alright. So they're getting smarter with this, right? So here we've got a punt return. The guy's running all over the field. That's a good block.
Yeah.
Now,
Watch this.
a few years ago, what would have happened? He would have been lit up, right? This guy here would have got it. Watch what he does now.
Just get in your way.
Get in the way. Is that anything?
That's
Nope. That is perfectly legal. Perfectly legal.
It's a moving screen.
Perfectly legal.
Wrong sport, wrong sport.
So they're getting smarter about this, right?
Yeah.
They're doing better with this.
Slow down.
Get in front, put your hands up, and just kind of slow down. Yep, yep. That's all you gotta do. So you can't anticipate it, right?
No.
You see it coming, but don't anticipate it.
Mm-mm.
Don't anticipate it. So, heat, right? So who's gonna take the middle of the field when they read pass? Initially. Back judge, right? So that means you've got to watch the receivers in the middle of the field. So when the defender does that, you gotta have what? Have flag. And there's only one person that's gonna see that, right? There's only one person gonna see that. Now, that's not him, legally contacting it, right? Was that receiver a threat to him blocking at that point? No, he wasn't. Watch what he does. The receiver's running by him. And then he gets grabbed, going by. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to.
All right, so what do we get here? You see it? Yeah, all right, he's coming across.
You can open that up.
And is that open hands?
Oh, no.
No. And then he does what? So what do we got on this play? Do we have a multiple foul?
Yeah.
No. What's the definition of multiple foul?
Two live balls.
Two or more live ball fouls that exclude non-player and sportsmanlike, right? So you have a illegal blindside block, which you're gonna get, and you're gonna get what? So how many yards are you gonna get? 30. All right, umpires, there's no sign for 30 yards, is there?
No.
No, you usually go 3,
Okay.
and then go, and then do the first one,
Like this.
3, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get both, right?
Uh-oh.
Alright, so he gets it, but what does he forget to do afterwards? So he gets the foul, right? He gets the foul, but what does he actually have primary responsibility for? The ball, right? The sideline, the whole thing, right? So he sees the block, And you got all this stuff going on here, right? What, no, you can't be running, you gotta go get the dead ball spot, right? Gotta go to the dead ball spot.
Got something, I know I gotta find it.
All right. Hey, Bill, Bill,
Yeah,
what do you think of this umpire's positioning pre-snap?
he way too far back.
Way too far back, right?
Back to back.
And
That's way too-
so he's so far back,
Yeah.
he can't see
What's going on?
what's gonna happen here, right? So watch what happens here.
It's over here.
Safe.
So you get a screen,
Yeah, but he got too back.
he's too far back, right?
You can't run on those land out field.
Alright, so that's a nice screen right there. That's probably close, but okay, we're good there. But go back and watch beginning of this. Watch so they try to run a screen,
So line of scrimmage is 46.
but what is he doing here? They're trying to let him through, but they're not letting him through, right? So yeah, they're running a screen. He's still holding him 10 yards behind the play. You got to get that, right?
Well, backfire red.
Just because you reach as a referee or umpire, just because you reach screen, don't assume they're going to get rid of it quickly. All right? They didn't get rid of it. Got backpedaled like almost 15 yards for the screen pass. So that defensive end is being held. That's preventing him from doing what? Getting to that passer, preventing this play. So we got to get that. But he is no help on this play, right? He is almost off the screen.
He's still over.
Almost off the screen.
What he said, left check, what he gave, what I can't.
Did the last one?
No, nobody run thought on that game. All right, referees. You got to get those, right? When that quarterback starts running around back there like a fool, you're like, just throw it away. Just throw it away. Don't do this. Don't know. And then this is what's going to happen, right? So, this is what type of play?
Running.
All right. So, assuming he doesn't throw it, it's a running play, right? But even if it's a loose, if he does throw it, a legal 4 pass, be a loose ball play. But this foul occurred where? Where are we going to enforce this from then? Previous spot. Previous spot. But yeah, we got to get that. You can see these coming. You can see that coming. See it coming. All right. Y'all ready to try this again?
Did you slow down the?
No, I've
play
not
clock
changed
so we
the
can change it
settings
for
here.
fun?
Let me see if I'll change the settings real quick for y'all. Edit.
You're gonna put the,
Ooh, yeah.
Find all questions. And save. All right, so.
Just the QR code.
Yep, hold on one second. Let me share it with the guys online real quick. We can. We got saving these in the presentation, but the links have been kicked out.
Where's that?
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. All right, y'all get logged in.
Make sure y'all put your correct name in there for Rico.
Look at each. From the principal, whoever you
You can see you have to create,
Just race on this.
put merge.
Take that person out, make them redo it.
Thank you.
I did, but now it's.
All right, we're gonna go in here. We got 5 questions this time. At the snap, A70 contacts B90's hands and then his thighs. This is considered to be I got 20 seconds.
What's the pin number?
I think it's 327-5865.
Kind of at the bottom of the screen.
All right, so
Oh, snap.
this is a block below the waist, right? And it could be what?
Could be.
Could be legal, right?
Oh.
Could be potentially a legal block.
This is
Just to make y'all think. For player safety, all blindside blocks are illegal.
No, he didn't say answer that.
You did not do this on the tennis.
Depends on which district.
You cannot do this.
Sorry, Mr. Reeves.
This is what y'all were doing at the site.
All right. So for player safety, all blindside blocks are. This is false. Right, this is false.
Good job.
All right. Okay, it's all the above now. So let's like all the. While A70 is legally blocking B90, A5 contacts B90. Which of the following is correct? I know y'all love these questions.
Yes.
All right, so if both blocks occur above B90's waist, we're good, right? If both blocks are below B90's waist, A5 is guilty of illegal blocking below the waist.
So,
Yep, okay. Because you can tell it's not immediate, right? While being blocked by, while A70 is blocking B90, A5 comes up there and blocks him, right? So that's not immediate. And then if A70 blocks above the waist and A5 blocks below the waist, I mean below the knees, then shot block, or the waist, right? Ball possession during a down is required for.
They only let me choose.
No, it's just one that you choose.
They only let me choose one answer.
That's because there's only one correct answer.
That's true.
So can you have a touchdown without ball possession?
No.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Oh, yes, you can.
Declared dead in the end zone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safety.
Sam Jones almost had it last year. Yeah. So do you have to have ball possession for team possession? No. Do you have to have ball possession for a muff?
No.
No. But you got to have it for a fumble.
Yep.
These aren't easy questions.
Don't.
The ball is always in team possession, but may not be in player possession.
Give it a go.
They're online. People are screaming out the answers when they know them. They get excited. So
It's like, choose the device.
right. So the ball is always belongs to a team, right? All right. But may not be in player possession. So here's the example, right? A snaps the ball. Does it belong to A?
Yes.
Yes.
The snap is muffed. Is the ball in player possession? No.
They'll go on the A, but it's not.
All right, we're checking the podium. Okay,
Podium.
4 out of 5. Sam.
Yeah. That's because I missed the first question.
Rogers.
That's
Who's SB?
He's SB.
my initial.
Gippity, gippity, dippity.
Emery was not.
All righty. We've got a few more slides and then we'll be done. All right.
I'll just make it 7.
Okay. We're almost done. Illegal personal contact. All right, you're gonna see this again in the clinic. Make any contact with an opponent, including a defenseless player, which is deemed unnecessary, excessive, and which excites roughness. All right, Umpire saw something, right? He even got a point. He even got a point out of it. But let's see what he saw. And remember, what's the definition? Unnecessary, excessive, and incites roughness.
Oh.
Does he need to go do that?
No.
Is that going to incite something later on during the game?
Awesome.
Yes. 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 Is that player defenseless?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. We got to get these. And so this became an issue during the course of last year. We noticed a trend on this stuff. All right. So this was my game. I'll tell you what we called in a second. All right. So yeah. Okay. We're not gonna call anything there. But what does he do? Stands over the top of it and starts barking at him, loud enough for me to hear it, 10 yards away. Okay. So what do we have here? Unsportsmanlike. Unsportsmanlike. And when I told him what he did, the coach, to his credit, goes, I'm not surprised. Yeah, which that was the first time I was like, wow. And then he yelled at me the rest of the game. But yeah, so we just have to get that stuff, right? You know, I said, you can't bark loud enough for me to hear it. All right, here's our White Knoll River Bluff game. All right, watch the end zone view here. Yeah, it just keeps crawling over it, right? You can't do that. Chuck, is this a sportsmanlike or a personal foul? High school football. It's there's contact, right? He's dragging his body across it. All right. It's Friday night. Yes, it's Friday night. All right. And yes, is it annoying? Is that annoying to call? Yes, it is. But if we don't do it, what happens? 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid, it just keeps expanding, right?
So we are there.
We are calling. Yes, we are calling. Yes. Yeah.
What was that?
Exactly. That's a great. Yeah, you asked the kid, what was that? He just laying on top of him and he won't get up. Kid's trying to get up. First he holds him because he pulls him down. And then he just keeps laying on him. Is that annoying? Yes. Now this one you might get by with, hey, don't do that again.
Yeah.
You know, I saw that, don't do that again. But if you keep doing it,
You got to
you gotta call it. You gotta call it. Yeah. These are the smart guys. They still do it. So watch the the left guard, actually, I think it is. We got nothing there. Nice job by the referee getting over the dead ball officiating. But watch. So we're good. We got a nice double team. All right, nothing there. And then what is that? And so what should we do on this? That is an ejected. Yeah, Bill's eject him. Eject him for this. That is flagrant, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Flagrant, yeah. Yeah, you got to get that.
Looks like a scud.
But it's
He didn't miss it.
messing with the helmet.
No, we didn't. He hit it right now.
Yeah. Straight up with it.
All right. Watch the this is a great job by this umpire. Watch the right guard. Right guard.
Oh.
So what is that foul? Yeah, that's right. You cannot do this, right? So watch the right guard.
Oh, yeah.
Ring that bell.
Yeah, you can't do that, right? So what do we have? We have a personal foul, right? That's one thing you call it. But what else is that by definition?
Targeting.
Targeting, right?
Yeah.
It's contact above the shoulders with part of your body part, right? Arm, helmet, yeah, forcible contact, elbows, 5 bumps out the head. All right. So that is a good call there by that umpire to see that.
How many fouls give it, gave 1 or 2?
Huh? Was that
Give 1 foul or 2?
just one? You pick whatever you want to choose. All right, watch this one. Okay, so it looks really bad. Well, let's watch this again.
Yeah, but it's.
He's the kicker. It sounds like it. Now, is that from the blind side?
No,
No.
that's straight on.
From the straight? Is he defenseless?
Yes.
Why?
He's running
He's running after the ball.
I think he.
Yeah, we're in high school now. Is he defenseless? No.
It looks like
The ball and when
Ball's going more than 5 yards.
when can you block the kicker?
After
When the ball has hit the ground
Yeah.
or in the air more than 5 yards, right? So is there any reason why he can't be blocked on this play? No. And is that from the blind side?
No,
Is that below the waist?
no,
Is that in the back?
no.
Is it above the is it in the head or neck area? No, it's in this chest. He just laid it.
Yeah.
It looks really bad.
Unnecessary.
Well, but he's trying to recover the ball. So it is an onside kick where it's supposed to go 10 yards and he's supposed to be the one to fall on it. Because he's the one in front, chasing after the ball. So it looks really bad,
Yes. it does.
but there is no foul on this play. Because he's the first one, right?
Do they pick up their flags? This
I don't know.
On Saturday, that's a foul.
Too.
That's a foul on Saturday.
on Saturday.
Well, we're not on Saturday unless you're at OW for the Saturday game with Anderson Cavaliers, and it will be 8,000-0.
Orson Wilson on for it.
All right, that is part 1 for contact. Any questions?
Just remember, Anderson doesn't get there until 15 before the game.
That's why I blocked it off already. I know when the game is. So what did y'all think of the Kahoot thing?
I like it.
All right, we'll increase the timing. So the reason why we did it is we're gonna try to, when we do the post recordings, we're gonna chop them down a little bit so they're a little shorter.